Success takes more than just having the perfect plan. You have to believe in your ability to put this in practice. You have to believe that you have something incredibly valuable to bring. And once you get that self-belief, you almost can't stop yourself from getting out there, being visible, making a difference, and your business will start to grow. But it all comes from mindset. Hello and welcome to the Driven Female Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Melitta Campbell, award-winning business coach, value whisperer, and founder of the Dream Clients Blueprint, your step-by-step guide to communicating your true value with confidence and attracting more of your perfect fit clients. And we're reaching the end of the year, so if you're starting to think about your goals and plans and dreams for next year, then do go back and listen to the planisodes. I recorded them this time last year. It's a series of 8 mini episodes. That's episodes 136 to 143. And you'll find step-by-step guidance to set your goals and overcome any mindset blocks standing between you and success. You can also download a handy free worksheet to help you plan out your year and track your progress as well. You'll find those on melittacampbell.com/podcast and scroll down a tiny bit and it's the planisodes is all on one page and it's set as the featured episode there for you to make it easy for you to find those and start planning your success in 2024. Yesterday, I started to share with you some of the biggest lessons I've learned from the last 15 years of running my own business remotely around a young family with little to no support. And yesterday I was really focusing in on how I get things done, how I keep things simple, the productivity techniques that really help me the most, and the importance of not going about this on your own and finding help. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to it as well, and do come and join the Dream Clients Club on school.com, school with a K, and share your insights. What resonated with you? What are you doing? Sharing your successes there as well. So do come and join that discussion. But today I want to share with you some of the insights I've had around building mindset. I think it's one of those things that is very easy to miss. We know to start a business, we have to do certain activities to get more visible, to work on our online presence, to get out there and network and speak and deliver workshops and things. But if you don't have the right mindset working for you, you won't set the right boundaries. You won't be compassionate to yourself as you miss deadlines, as you mess up, because you are. Things always take 3 times longer than you expect, and they're often way more complicated than we initially thought. Some things work out simpler, but more often than not, in my experience at least, most new things I'm taking on for the first time do not go according to plan and take so much longer. But having the right mindset in place allows me to give myself the space and the grace to work through these challenges, to learn the lessons, figure out how to apply that, go to other people, be vulnerable and saying, I'm struggling, I'm messing up here. What have you done? And asking for help. All of these things come from having self-love, self-respect, and self-compassion first. And that's all comes from our mindset, our behaviors, our habits. All of these things are what I group as the self-leadership aspect. Success takes more than just having the perfect plan. You have to believe in your ability to put this in practice. You have to believe that you have something incredibly valuable to bring. And once you get that self-belief and that real understanding that you have something really valuable that's going to help people, you almost can't stop yourself from getting out there, being visible, making a difference, and your business will start to grow. But it all comes from mindset. As Henry Ford said, if you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So we really have to believe, I can do this. I can give this a good shot. If I fail, I will learn a lesson from it and then I'll succeed. So it's almost every road leads to success. We don't always know which road it is. And sometimes we take one path and realize, not that one. We can do the next one. But you have to cultivate that positive mindset so it works with you. And when I started to consciously work on creating a success mindset, so much more became possible for me without having to work harder or get new skills. In fact, I was working perhaps less because I wasn't swimming against the tide. I wasn't trying to break through these negative feelings or emotions that were holding me back unnecessarily. I was just able to gently breaststroke my way up the river and achieved so much more than I ever thought possible. That the Dream Client Summit that I did this year, bringing together 23 speakers, recording all those interviews, editing them, getting all the promotions done, building out the website, and it was a huge, huge project. And part of me was like, don't even bother. You can't do this. You're just you. And I did have a VA to help, and I had a technical person as well that was helping with certain aspects, but it was still down to me to make this work. It was a huge amount of pressure, but I didn't focus on that. I was just focused on the value that I wanted to create, how determined I was to do this summit differently, to really create something that built on itself and delivered extraordinary value, helped my audience take a big leap forward in terms of their knowledge, their skills, their confidence, and their ability to believe in themselves and give themselves that space, that self-respect, those boundaries to make things happen. And it was a phenomenal success. Every speaker gave a complete masterclass. I got so much great feedback from the audience saying, I can't believe this was free, or some people bought the VIP pass, which was very low cost. And it was giving them more value than they've paid a significant amount of money for in the past. So I was so happy to get that value out in the world and for it to keep giving for all those people that bought that pass. It can still rewatch those sessions over and over as they grow as well. It was great, but it was really came from having that right mindset just to feel the fear and do it anyway, as Susan Jeffers would advise. It's acknowledging that there are some fears here. There is a huge obstacle in front of me, but the bigger your vision is, the more you can commit to that vision, then the smaller these obstacles become, because you realize even if it doesn't turn out as brilliantly as I hope, then it's still going to have an impact. It's still going to help people. So it was more a case of treating it as a sort of bronze to silver level task. If you were listening yesterday, you'll understand what I mean there. But actually, I came out and I feel it was more gold standard in the end. And certainly the feedback I got reflected that. But I wasn't approaching it that way, because if I had gone in full on perfectionist, there's no way I would have got that done. But having that big vision, that self-belief, and that determination and stubbornness just to get it done and get it out there, because I really believed it was going to help so much and so many people, then it happened. It all came together. It's amazing how much we can achieve when our mindset is working with us. So it's one of the reasons that a couple of years ago, I took 9 months of my year to study intensely and become a certified mindset coach, which also led me to co-found the Mindset Success School to help more people cultivate that right mindset, behaviors, and habits as well. So there is, if you go to my LinkedIn newsletter, so follow me on LinkedIn, easy to find, at Melitta, and then click on the featured section, you'll find my newsletter. And in there, I've listed some of these lessons, and I've linked it through to an article that I wrote on some simple ways you can start to build your own success mindset as well. So go and check that out, and it will give you some nice start points with this. But another thing that can really help with your mindset is surrounding yourself with the right people. We touched on this a little bit yesterday when we were looking at the importance of asking for help when you feel overwhelmed, or you're not sure what to do, or you're trying to figure something out. Don't go it alone, ask for help. It's the easy way to go about things. Why struggle when you don't need to? But it's commonly stated that surrounding yourself with the right people is essential for success. And I really know this to be true. And again, it's something that all my podcast guests have agreed with, that once you have people around you that have achieved things that you want to go and achieve, have achieved amazing things that can inspire that anything is possible, that can support you and check in on time to time. And I had a note a little while ago from someone in my network who I hadn't spoken to for a very long time, but they just wanted to reach out and say, I just thought I'd let you know that everything you're putting out there, everything you're doing to help business owners, it's phenomenal. Thank you so much. In case no one has told you, I wanted to let you know it is making a difference. And that was just so amazing to receive that. So do give this feedback to other people in your network who you've noticed are working really hard, making a difference, because we all work alone. So we probably don't have other people to say, bravo, you're doing great. Thank you for this. Do say thank you. Do give recognition to those people that are supporting you in your journey. But when you are surrounded by other people that get your vision, believe in what you're trying to achieve, and are there to support you, and you're there to support them too, then you can achieve just so much more. And again, it stops you being held back or swimming against the tide when those negative thoughts come in, because we've got other people to kind of give us a bit of a push or a tow, if you like. So try and find a coach, a mastermind, a community. Come to the Dream Clients Club. That's already a community designed exactly for this purpose, and find those 1 to 5 people who really you align with, they align with you. You all support each other in achieving something great. Having these people around you, it is a game changer. And when you're surrounded by people who understand, believe in, and support your vision, there really is no limit to what you can achieve. And I touched on this earlier, but I really have come to see through these interviews and my own experience that self-respect and compassion is vital for success. Without self-respect, we don't put the boundaries in place we need to protect our own time, resources, and sanity. And we give too much of ourselves to others and too little to our own priorities. I had a great discussion on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago with another coach, and she asked the question, is there such a thing as being too kind? And I thought, what a great question. And I believe, no, there isn't such a thing as being too kind, but there is such a thing as being too giving. If you give to others before you've worked on your own priorities, you won't be able to give long term. And people will start to become reluctant. You'll start to become reluctant. So be as kind to others as you can, but don't be too giving. Really put your own priorities first. And that comes from having self-respect and good boundaries in place. And self-compassion, I touched on this earlier, is really about giving yourself the right mindset towards failure. It helps us to forgive our mistakes and learn from these, and to rise up to challenges in ways that feel right for us. And we talked about this yesterday. It's so important to know what feels right for you so that you can do the right things and protect your energy, your focus, and you can be your own best CEO, a mentor, and coach. When we have self-compassion, it enables us to ask for help and guidance without seeing that as a weakness. And I had a great discussion here on this podcast with Tom Cleary a few episodes ago as well. So if you haven't listened to that episode, it really was a great one. He has so many facts and figures that back up that self-compassion isn't just something nice to do. It's essential if we want to succeed and show up and have a big vision and make an impact. And I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this podcast, you want to have that impact and create a business you feel really, really proud of. Self-compassion and self-respect are the 2 ways you're going to achieve that. I've also learned that if you think you can, coming back to the Henry Ford quote, you've got to go for it. There are several things that I've felt the urge to do over the years where if I'd stopped to listen to others instead of myself, they would have told me I was crazy and don't do that. And I had people in the early days who encouraged, oh, don't start your own business. What are you thinking? Get a job. And then a couple of years later, they were like, do you know, I always knew you were going to be successful. I was like, it's not what you said at the time. So it's really important to listen to your own instincts, work to your own vision. No one else has your vision. No one else has that instinct. And they can see where you've been, they can see what you've done in the past, but they haven't seen what you can do next. You know what you can do next. You can feel it. You think, and it's amazing to see people who have started a business doing something completely different to what they've ever done in the past or in their career. And people have told them they're crazy because you don't have a track record for this. You don't need a track record. You just need that drive, that sense that I want to do this. And if you have that sense, you owe it to yourself to go out there and give it your best shot. Build your success circle around you. Ask for help and insights when you need it. Build that positive mindset and go for it. If you don't succeed, you will definitely learn huge lessons from that. You will have achieved so much personal growth from having the initiative and the guts to go for your vision. You're going to end up in a very different place after trying something, even if it doesn't work. Looking back, there are times when I felt I could do something, but I didn't really trust myself to do it, or I didn't quite know where to begin and I didn't ask for help and I ended up regretting it. Or I got there eventually, but like 4 or 5 years later. I've since decided that I don't do guilt. I don't do guilt. It's a pointless emotion. It stands in the way. It stops me doing great things. And so I'm so much more committed these days to my vision, to taking those steps forward. It's why 2024, I'm going all in on this idea of value whispering, rebranding, regrouping everything. It's a big risk because I'm kind of putting all my eggs in one basket. It could be a huge flop. But in my vision, it's the opposite of that. And I know I have to at least give this a try. And I know hopefully, I have you behind me as well. And that you are going to get so much value from this. And that's going to really spur me on more as well. So as we go forward in 2024, do let me know what's working for you. Are you relating to this idea of value whispering? Is it helping you? And what more can I be doing, or what questions do you have? What support do you need? It's really, I want this to be a collaborative process going forward. It's not just all about me, it's about how I can help you. So do come and share your ideas and feedback and how it's working out for you as well as we go through. And don't forget, I mentioned this yesterday, I'm writing a book, The Art of Value Whispering. So do hold me accountable to that, because I want you all to have access to that book and my complete methodology for value whispering, which is how you can put meaningful marketing out there, build a business, and master your self-leadership as well, which is all this mindset side of things. Because I think you can't market yourself if you don't believe that you have something valuable to offer and you haven't packaged that into something that's really attractive for your ideal clients. That's really the first step. Then you have to plan out your marketing. What is going to be meaningful and valuable, and how is that going to flow into value generating sales conversations, and then you putting that out into the world and delivering that for your clients in a way that goes beyond their expectations, but without you burning out, of course. And then behind all of that, how do you build in this self-leadership, the mindset, the productivity, everything else that you need that's actually going to help you be consistent going forward, to never feel fake and never burn out as well. So it's those three pillars all together, and that's where we're going next year. And I'm going to tell you more about that in another episode. I've kind of given a little spoiler there. And it kind of links into this idea that promoting yourself is hard, but showing up and understanding that you care for your clients is pretty easy. And that's the reframe that I've put around marketing that helped me massively, even though I've got 2 decades of marketing and communication experience before I started my business 15 years ago. I quickly realized that there's a big difference between promoting a company and promoting yourself, your value, and your ideas. However, finding ways to add real value and help others through your marketing is much, much easier. And it's so much more rewarding and enjoyable as well. And this has always guided my work and helped me to help you and my clients and community to identify, communicate, and sell their true value, so they don't end up with what feels like an expensive hobby. They actually have a thriving business and an impact they feel proud of. And that is really where we're going next year with this whole value whispering concept. So I'm really excited to go forward with that, and hopefully you'll continue to follow that journey and be part of that next year as well. And I think the bottom line is that there's a lesson in every experience, whether things go perfectly or not quite as you planned, or if they fail to materialize altogether. There's powerful lessons to be had if we allow ourselves to focus in on those, to leave everything else behind, leave behind any guilt or feelings of I'm rubbish, I should have succeeded when I didn't, all of this pointless negativity that just holds us back. Instead, take that lesson, think, isn't that fascinating? What did I learn here? How am I going to apply that next time? And then adjust your plans with that new knowledge in mind. And then you're going to keep growing. And as you go forward, you're going to give yourself more opportunity, and it's just going to be happy days as you go forward as well. So that wraps up my biggest lessons from the last 15 years in business. So do come along to the Dream Clients Club on school.com and let me know which of these lessons has resonated most with you, what you've learned that's helping you around mindset and possibility, and share any lessons that you've had so we can all learn and grow together. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, when I'll be introducing a bit more about the value whispering concept and where we're going in 2024. And I would love for you to be part of that journey. So do listen into that episode. Meantime, if you're starting to plan your business for success in 2024, then do go and listen into the planisodes. They're there to help you. It's a series of 8 mini podcast episodes that break down the planning and review process for you step by step. You'll find them at melittacampbell.com/podcast. That's in the featured section. And if you click there, and you'll get all the planisodes on one page. And there's also a link to download a free planning tool that's going to help you create your plans and track your progress in 2024 as well. So go and check those out. Come and let me know in the Dream Clients Club which of these lessons has resonated most with you, or what you are going to find most helpful as you go forward. And I look forward to meeting you again in the next episode when I reveal my big plans for 2024.